Welcome to Chapter and Verse, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today we're taking a deep dive into, well, an extraordinary account.
Yeah.
It really challenges everything you thought you knew about time, fate, and the true cost of trying to change history.
Yeah, it really does.
We've meticulously peeled back the layers of this unique narrative. It's so rich in detail, you'll feel like you're right there, back in 1958. Our mission, as always, is to unearth the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight for you. We want to help you understand not just what happens, but why it profoundly matters and, what fascinating implications it holds for all of us.
It's a really powerful exploration of the whole what-if scenario, isn't it?
Mm.
It pushes us to consider how even the most well-intentioned choices can echo through time, often in ways we can never predict.
Yeah, exactly.
This story isn't just about, like, the mechanics of time travel. It's a deep meditation on intervention itself.
Absolutely. So let's kick things off with what we're calling the rabbit hole, a gateway to the past and a daunting mission. So imagine this. You're just a regular guy, Al Templeton, running a diner in Lisbon Falls, Maine. And you discover a time portal.
Yeah, not in some fancy lab.
No, in your pantry. Right there, next to the pickles or whatever.
It's almost absurdly mundane.
It is. And this portal, it only goes to one specific time and place, September 9, 1958, exactly 2 minutes before noon.
That specificity is weird too, isn't it? Just that one moment.
Right. The casual setting for something so huge, it just immediately tells you something about the tone of this whole thing.
It's almost hilariously understated. This, like, ordinary back door
Yeah.
leads to a completely different decade.
Mm-hmm.
And the really fascinating part is its main rule, the time reset.
Ah, yeah. Explain that.
What every single trip you take through that portal, it just creates a clean slate.
Yeah.
Everything you did before, any changes you made in the past on a previous trip, gone, wiped clean.
Goof.
Like Al Templeton says, the owner, every time is the first time. That becomes crucial.
It's like a cosmic undo button, isn't it? You could, I don't know, buy a newspaper in 58, bring it back,
Right.
go through again, and that same newspaper is right back on the stand.
Waiting to be bought again, exactly. And this rule, it means our main guy, Jake, he can make repeated attempts at things,
Which he needs to do.
but it also means, huge amounts of effort, years even, can just be wiped out instantly with the next trip.
Yeah, the stakes are weirdly high and low at the same time.
Precisely. And that brings us to Al Templeton himself, the diner owner. He's terminally ill, lung cancer, his voice is shot.
And he's been guarding this massive secret.
Massive. His lifelong secret mission
Mm.
to prevent the assassination of John F. Kennedy on November 20th, 1963.
Wow.
He sees it as this, like, pivotal moment in history, a chance to set things right as he sees it. And now, facing his own end, he's basically pleading for someone else to take over this almost impossible task.
Enter Jake Epping, our protagonist. He's an English teacher. His life is, well, pretty ordinary, frankly.
Yeah, not exactly an adventure.
No, he mentions like one hitchhiking trip to Canada was his big excitement. So naturally, he's skeptical, very skeptical.
As you would be.
Right. But there's this mix of things. Compassion for Al, this deep curiosity, maybe a bit of boredom.
A yearning for something?
Yeah, something bigger than grading papers. And that pushes him to actually accept this enormous, frankly, terrifying quest.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? What makes an ordinary person take on something like that?
Mm-hmm.
For Jake, it feels like more than just, helping Al out.
Mm-hmm.
There's this allure of purpose, maybe.
Yeah.
A chance to be a major player, even though he knows he's just like a regular guy.
Just a little guy, yeah. Okay, so Jake's got this huge mission, save Kennedy. But before tackling that, the narrative gives him a sort of practice run.
The test case.
Exactly. Let's call this the first intervention. Saving a family, encountering resistance.
Okay.
His first target isn't JFK. It's based on this incredibly tragic essay written by one of his adult education students, a janitor named Harry Dunning.
Oh, that essay. It's brutal.
It really is. Harry details this horrifying night back on Halloween 1958. No, wait, 1955 in the original essay, when his father murdered his mother and siblings with a hammer.
Yeah, the father survives. Harry survives but is injured. Just awful. And Jake, in 1958, decides this is his first attempt to change the past for the better. A test.
Can he actually do good?
It's such a smart way to frame it narratively, isn't it?
Yeah.
It lets us and Jake see the mechanics of this time travel thing, the challenges, but on a smaller, more personal scale first.
And the way Harry's essay is described, down to the little details,
Well,
it makes that mission feel so incredibly urgent and personal.
definitely. So Jake steps into 1958. He needs a fake name, so he becomes George Amberson.
Right. And the book just throws you into the era. The sensory details are amazing.
Oh, yeah?
You can practically smell the cigarette smoke everywhere.
Taste the root beer that cost, what, 10 cents?
10 cents. And it tastes different, richer. He notices the culture shifts, like women almost always in dresses, never slacks.
It feels very real. And there's this other weird detail near the portal. This guy.
The yellow card man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of hanging around. Seems drunk or unwell. Doesn't say much. It's unsettling.
It is unsettling. It's one of those hints that maybe this time string thing is stranger than it first appears.
Right.
Like there are other forces at play.
So Jake, as George Amberson, heads to Derry, Maine, which readers of the source material might recognize.
Oh, yeah. Derry has its own reputation.
He goes there to observe the Dunning family and figure out how to stop the murders set for Halloween 1958 in this timeline. But Derry itself, it feels wrong.
It's described as not right, isn't it? There's this unsettling vibe, a sense of barely withheld violence.
He even starts suspecting the town has this dark history, maybe child murders. It's creepy.
That whole portrayal of Derry as just inherently off.
Yeah.
It's significant. It suggests maybe the town itself, the place, resists positive change. Like it has its own darkness.
Which ties right into this central idea, the obduracy of the past.
The big one.
It's the concept that the past doesn't want to be changed. It actively pushes back, almost like it's alive.
Sentient, yeah. And Jake experiences this constantly. Sometimes it's small stuff, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
flat tires, his rental car breaks down at the worst possible moment?
annoyances, yeah. But then it gets serious. He gets incredibly sick, like debilitatingly ill right before Halloween 58 when he needs to act.
The timing is just too perfect.
Exactly. And other people seem to almost become agents of this resistance without even knowing it. Like this guy, Bill Turcotte, who interferes at a crucial moment.
It's profound, this idea. It's not just that changing history is hard, it's that the timeline itself fights you, like trying to swim upstream against a really strong current.
Yeah, it's not a blank slate you can just rewrite. It's got structure, maybe even intention. It resists. The bigger the change, the harder it pushes back.
So Halloween night 1958 arrives. Jake confronts Frank Dunning, the father. He manages to stop the murders.
But it's violent. Really violent.
Oh, yeah. It takes a huge physical and emotional toll on him. He gets badly injured himself.
There's that immediate relief, like, okay, I did it. I saved them.
But then, almost immediately, the doubts creep in. What are the consequences? What ripples will this create back in his own time, in 2011?
That Dunning intervention is just, it's visceral. It shows you how hard the past fights back and the real personal cost of messing with it. Even saving lives isn't clean or easy.
It really underscores that the past isn't passive. It hits back.
Okay, so after that brutal experience in Derry, Jake needs to change the scenery. He heads south, way south, to Jody, Texas.
A fictional town, but feels very real.
Yeah. He settles down there, gets a job as a high school English teacher under his George Amberson alias. And this part of the story, it lets him and us kind of breathe.
It's a different pace. He experiences the simplicity of the era, starts to build a life, actually integrates into this time period. It's a big contrast to Derry.
Definitely. And it's in Jody, while he's building this life, teaching, getting comfortable, that he meets Sadie Dunhill.
Ah, Sadie.
The new school librarian, later Sadie Clayton. And their connection is, well, pretty much immediate. You feel it right away. A really beautiful romance starts to blossom. She's smart, charming.
Very sharp. But she's got her own struggles, right? She's trapped in this difficult, estranged marriage to a guy named John Clayton.
Yeah, controlling, kind of creepy guy. And Sadie herself is described as being weirdly accident-prone.
Which starts to feel less like clumsiness and more like something else.
Maybe the past pushing back around her, too?
Could be. Their relationship becomes this huge emotional anchor for Jake in the past. He really falls in love with her.
And this period in Jody is also where we see the butterfly effect start to play out, but in a really interesting way.
Yeah, not just random chaos.
Right. Jake makes these small changes, things that seem minor, like he encourages a student, Mike Kosla, who's interested in acting.
Give him a push.
And these little local changes, they start to create these unexpected ripples. The source calls them harmonies.
Harmonies, yeah. Like the past is trying to rebalance itself in response to his presence, maybe.
Yeah.
Creating new patterns.
It's fascinating. It's not just about negative consequences, but about the past actively adjusting, creating surprising new outcomes. It shows how interconnected everything is. A tiny nudge here.
Causes a weird echo over there, for better or worse.
But these deep connections, especially his love for Sadie, they come with a terrible cost.
This is where the past really strikes back at him personally.
Sadie's estranged husband, John Clayton, he ambushes them, attacks Sadie violently.
It's horrific. He disfigures her face with poison. It's brutal.
And the impact on Jake is just immense. It creates this terrible conflict inside him. His mission, saving Kennedy, versus his love for Sadie and the danger his presence seems to bring her.
It's the obduracy made personal and devastating, isn't it? The past fighting back by hurting the person he loves most.
Exactly. It forces him to face the human toll. Is saving the world, or trying to, worth this kind of suffering for the people close to him? The stakes just keep rising.
Okay, so this brings us inevitably towards the main event. Dallas and Destiny. The Kennedy assassination.
The reason he's there.
Right. Jake spends years, literally years, living in the past. Mostly in Jody, and then later Fort Worth and Dallas, patiently waiting.
Biding his time.
Yeah, and meticulously observing Lee Harvey Oswald. He actually bugs Oswald's apartments.
With these lamps he buys, yeah. Listens in for hours.
He gets these deep, disturbing insights into Oswald's personality, volatile, abusive, and his really troubled relationships, especially with his wife Marina and his overbearing mother Marguerite.
That long surveillance period, it really highlights how much work this is. It's not one quick jump back in time. It's years of painstaking effort, living this double life, teacher by day.
Observer of history by night. And it's unsettling listening to Oswald's life unfold.
Very. Then comes a really crucial moment, April 10th, 1963. Oswald tries to assassinate General Edwin Walker, a right-wing figure.
Al Templeton had believed this was a precursor, a practice run for Oswald.
And Jake is there. He actually intervenes to make sure Oswald misses Walker, but just barely. It's incredibly tense. He even has a gun ready.
He has to confirm Oswald is the shooter and that he'd try again.
Preventing, or rather ensuring the failure of the Walker attempt is pivotal. It confirms Al's theory and shows Jake he can potentially interfere with Oswald's actions, but it's incredibly risky. Years of planning boiling down to these moments.
And all this time, Jake is living through history with foreknowledge, like the Cuban Missile Crisis in October '62.
Oh, man. That must have been intense.
He's there, living in Geordie, and everyone around him is terrified of nuclear war. People are building bomb shelters, talking about preemptive strikes.
And he knows. He knows it's going to be okay.
He knows they'll pull back from the brink. But he can't say anything. He just has to live with that knowledge while everyone else is gripped by genuine fear.
That really highlights his isolation, doesn't it? And the sheer weight of what he knows.
Yeah.
It also underscores how fragile that original timeline felt.
Yeah. So finally, November 22, 1963, the Texas School Book Depository in Dallas.
The climax.
It's this frantic, desperate race against time, against Oswald, against the past itself pushing back, chaos, confusion.
And Sadie's there with him.
Yes. She insists on coming, and she plays this incredibly courageous but ultimately tragic role.
She gets shot trying to help stop Oswald.
She does. She saves Kennedy, essentially, but at the cost of her own life. It's heartbreaking.
It really is. That final struggle, Sadie's sacrifice, it brings the obduracy theme home in the most painful way possible. Even success comes with the highest price.
And there's this image afterwards. Kennedy is alive, shielding Jackie, a powerful visual of the changed moment.
But a moment bought with blood.
Yeah. So Kennedy lives. Mission accomplished, right? Jake is initially arrested, interrogated by the FBI.
They think he's involved somehow.
Right. But eventually his story, his actions, they check out. He's released, hailed as a hero. America's fair-haired boy gets a phone call from Jackie Kennedy thanking him.
Seems like a total win. He did it.
He did it. But then comes the section we're calling the unforeseen future, harmonies and catastrophe.
Ah, the twist.
A massive twist. Jake finally goes back through the portal to his own time, 2011, expecting, what? A better world?
Maybe, yeah. A world where JFK served 2 terms, maybe things are different, possibly better.
Instead, he finds a nightmare, a complete dystopia.
It's shocking. Describe it.
Lisbon Falls, his starting point, is basically destroyed. Ruined buildings, radioactive warnings, the freeways are crumbling, cities have burned. Society has decayed. There's talk of rampant Nazism, aggressive religious fundamentalism,
Global catastrophes too, right?
huge ones. A nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Earthquakes are way worse, more frequent, threatening to tear the planet apart. California is gone. It's just broken.
Wow, so saving Kennedy didn't fix things, it broke them.
Completely broke them. And who does he meet there? Harry Dunning, the janitor whose family he saved back in '58.
Oh no, how is Harry?
He's alive, but he's in a wheelchair, crippled from serving in Vietnam, a war that apparently got much worse in this timeline. And he's cynical, bitter. He tells Jake what happened. Kennedy's second term was a disaster, apparently. Increased involvement in Vietnam, race riots tearing the country apart after some inflammatory speeches.
Like the white America will burn speech Harry mentions. Just chaos.
Total chaos. So the fix created a far worse reality. The source talks about this residue from changing the past. It doesn't just ripple.
It gums up the machine, that's the phrase used, right?
Right.
Like reality itself starts to break down out of too much change.
Exactly. Those harmonies we talked about. When the change is too big, they don't harmonize, they clash. They build into this destructive force that shatters reality, like a glass shattering from sound vibrations.
It's a terrifying concept. That maybe some events, even tragic ones, are load-bearing walls for reality. You remove them, and the whole structure collapses.
That seems to be the implication. The past isn't meant to be fundamentally altered.
So Jake is faced with this absolutely agonizing realization. His greatest triumph, saving Kennedy, led directly to this global catastrophe.
Which leaves him with only one terrible choice.
He has to undo it.
He has to go back one more time and undo the deed. He has to let Kennedy die.
And in doing so,
He knows it means erasing Sadie. Completely. Their life together, their love, her very existence in that form, gone, sacrificed to prevent the apocalypse he inadvertently created.
that choice is just devastating. Choosing the world over the woman he loves, undoing the very thing he spent years trying to achieve.
It's the ultimate cost of campering, isn't it? The unbearable weight of that responsibility.
Okay, so that brings us to the end. Closing the circle. A final dance with fate.
Throughout this whole thing, Jake keeps encountering these strange figures near the portal, these card men.
Right, first the yellow card man back in 1958.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a drunk, holds up a yellow card.
Then later, when Jake considers going back again after realizing the damage, the figure is holding an orange card. And he speaks, warns Jake explicitly not to go back again.
And then in that broken dystopian 2011,
He's the green card man, and he seems different, more aware, almost like he is the time stream or its guardian. He warns Jake that the machine of time is close to breaking down completely. Too many resets, too much damage.
these card men are such a creepy, effective symbol, aren't they? Like the physical embodiment of the past's resistance, or maybe its warning system, getting more urgent as the danger increases. Yellow, orange, green, like traffic lights for reality.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So Jake, understanding the stakes, makes his final trip back through the portal to September 9, 1958.
But this time,
This time, he does nothing. He specifically chooses not to intervene in the Dunning situation. He lets Frank Dunning commit those terrible murders, lets Harry suffer his original fate.
because preventing it was the first domino that eventually led to everything else.
Exactly. By letting that tragedy happen, he ensures the original timeline, the stable 2011, is restored.
But the cost, Sadie is gone, their entire life together, erased from history. He remembers it, but it never happened in the world he returns to.
The source makes it clear how much that haunts him. He dreams of her. He thinks about everything he gave up. One man and one woman. Is that too much to ask?
And the answer the story gives is yes. In this case, it was too much. It's the ultimate sacrifice for the greater good.
But the story doesn't end on pure despair. There's one last, beautiful, poignant moment.
The dance.
The dance. In the restored 2011, Jake learns that Sadie, in this timeline, lived a long, full life. She's elderly now, being honored at some local event.
Yeah, he goes.
He goes. She doesn't know him, of course. He's a stranger to her. But he asks her to dance.
And they share this quiet, beautiful dance. No words needed, really. It feels
But
like.
like a silent acknowledgement. A connection that somehow persists across timelines, even if she doesn't consciously remember him. It's incredibly bittersweet.
It really is. It captures the whole feeling of his journey. The loss, the love, the echoes of what might have been. A perfect, heartbreaking ending.
So, after all that, what does this deep dive mean for you, listening? It's obviously more than just a cool time travel story.
Oh, much more.
It's this profound meditation on those what-ifs we all think about. on how consequences are so unpredictable, often devastating, and on the beauty and the heartbreak tied up in our choices.
It really makes you think.
It does. It leaves us with that big question. If you had that power, if you could genuinely go back and fix a past wrong, personal or historical, but you knew it might shatter your present, erase the people you love, would you? Could you take that step?
What stands out most to you from this incredible, kind of harrowing journey through time and destiny? Something to really chew on.